Even 30 minutes of phone-free wind down time helps your nervous system, and it shifts it into parasympathetic mode. In parasympathetic mode, that's rest and digest, that's repair, that's hormone regulation, that's fat loss support. Hey guys, welcome back to episode 7. My name is Ijoma, and I want you to know that if you ever feel like you're doing everything right, but your body is holding on to weight like it's preparing for winter, this episode is for you. If you're eating clean, you're working out, you're trying to be disciplined, you're saying no to the drive-thrus, and yet the scale stays stuck. Or worse, it's going up. Take a deep breath with me for a second, because what I'm about to tell you might just relieve you a little bit. It may not be your food. It might be your stress. And before you roll your eyes and say, yeah, I know I'm stressed. No, I'm talking about the kind of stress that lives in your body, the kind that doesn't shut off, the kind that keeps your nervous system on edge in a total wreck. And today we're going to unpack all of that. So let me just reassure you of something right now. You're not failing. Your body is not broken. And you're not undisciplined. Your body is protective. And if it senses stress, real or perceived, it will prioritize survival over fat loss. And guess what? Motherhood alone is a stress load. Being responsible for tiny humans, managing a home, managing your marriage, remembering appointments, carpool, laundry, being a chef, decision fatigue, not sleeping enough. And then on top of that, you add calorie restriction, intense workouts, food guilt, your mind is not at ease, scale obsession, and your body's just like, okay, we're in danger. Let's hold on to everything. That's not weakness. That's just biology. So if you've been secretly thinking, why can't I just get it together? Just pause. You might need regulation, not restriction. Now let's talk cortisol for a second. Cortisol is your primary stress hormone. It's not bad. We really need it. It wakes you up in the morning. It helps regulate your blood sugar. It helps you respond to emergencies. And the problem isn't cortisol. The problem is chronically elevated cortisol. When cortisol stays high for long periods, it raises your blood sugar. It increases insulin. It signals to your body to store fat, especially around the midsection. It breaks down muscle tissue. It disrupts your sleep. Lord knows I've been there. It increases your cravings. And here's what's so wild. Even healthy stress counts. Over exercising, under eating, not sleeping, constantly multitasking, emotional suppression. Your body does not differentiate between a tiger chasing you and you answering emails at 11:30 p.m. exhausted. It just registers stress. Now, here's what's going to connect the fat loss for you. When cortisol is elevated, your body increases the glucose in the bloodstream. That triggers insulin. And insulin's job is to store. So even if you're eating less, if your stress is high, your body is in storage mode. That's why some women diet harder, they exercise more, they sleep less, they stress more, and the weight won't budge. It's not about willpower, it's not about discipline, it's about physiology. So here's a common myth that I've heard before. If I just work out harder, the weight will come off. And I know this one personally because culturally we're taught, okay, just sweat a little bit more, put in more work, push harder, no days off, be disciplined. But here is the truth. If your stress bucket is already full, adding more high intensity workouts can actually stall fat loss. Now listen, exercise is good. You got to keep your body movement. Movement is good. And strength training is amazing. But intensity without recovery, that's just more stress. If you're doing fasted, high intensity interval training, you're running on 5 hours of sleep, you're drinking coffee to survive, you're under eating the protein and skipping meals, and then you're wondering, why won't your belly flatten? Your body is inflamed and just bracing. Sometimes the most powerful shift isn't more cardio. It's walking. It's lifting moderately, sleeping 7 to 8 hours. I know it's hard. Eating enough, breathing slower. And I know that doesn't sound cool or sexy, but regulated bodies release weight more easily than stressed bodies. And that's just the part nobody talks about. So let me tell you about a time when I was walking like crazy. I'm talking 15, 20, 30,000 steps per day. But I realized that my body was just totally not feeling the best. I mean, I would wake up, I would be exhausted, and I wasn't getting good sleep because I did have a 4-month-old baby at the time. And I just remember doing everything right and just feeling worse, looking worse. And I thought to myself, how could this possibly be? But it turns out my body was just stressed. It didn't feel safe to let go of the fat. And so what I was seeing was just this vicious cycle of me looking in the mirror, weighing myself, and realizing that everything I was doing was causing my body more harm. So what I had to do, I had to take a step back and just say, look, IJ, get back to basics. The basics are, if you're stressed, your body will not release fat. And if you want to release fat, you have to make sure that your body feels safe to do so. So that means getting your hormones in check, making sure I'm getting good sleep, making sure that I'm just emotionally stable and I feel good throughout the day. There's a lot of things that I did to get there, and I'm going to share that in future videos. And this didn't happen overnight. I mean, this took weeks and even months, and I'm still even working on it. It's not been perfect. But what I do notice is that when I start to just take it a little bit more easy, my body does respond better. So this is where the connection deepens. And let's make this practical because awareness is powerful, but application is what actually changes your body. If stress is blocking your fat loss, start here. I'm not going to list these. I just want you to understand why each one matters, okay? One, you have to protect sleep like it's sacred. I know. You've heard it before, but let's actually talk about why. When you sleep 7 to 8 hours consistently, your cortisol regulates, your growth hormones increase, which helps fat metabolism and muscle repair. Insulin sensitivity improves, leptin, your fullness hormone, goes up, ghrelin, your hunger hormone, goes down. And when you don't sleep enough, your body literally becomes more insulin resistant the next day. That means your body's more likely to store instead of burn. Also, sleep deprivation increases cravings for high carb, high fat foods. So when you say, I don't know why I want everything in the world today, sometimes the answer is you're tired. Fat loss requires hormonal cooperation. Sleep is how you get it. So yes, sleep might be more powerful than your workout. And I've lived it. I'm still struggling to get good sleep with a 5-month-old, and my body's just so used to being wired at night, but I know over time I'll get there. And here's number 2, stop under eating. This one is huge, especially for me, especially for moms who say, I barely eat anything, I still can't lose weight. Chronic under eating signals scarcity to your body. So when calories stay too low for too long, your cortisol rises, your thyroid output downregulates, muscle mass decreases, energy tanks, and when muscle decreases, your resting metabolic rate drops. So then you're eating less, burning less, and feeling worse. And here's what's so wild. Many women undereat during the day and overeat at night, which creates blood sugar chaos and stress. Eating enough protein and healthy fats consistently throughout the day stabilizes your system. A regulated body burns more efficiently than a deprived one, and you cannot starve your way into hormonal balance. Now, here's the third one. You need to reduce your high intensity workouts to 2 to 3 times per week, max. Now, listen, I love strength training. I love a sweat and I love a challenge, but intensity is stress. HIIT, boot camps, long cardio sessions, fasted workouts, all of these increase cortisol. If your life stress is already too high, stacking those extreme physical stress on top of it can keep you in fight or flight. And remember, your body doesn't prioritize fat loss when it thinks it's under threat. Strength training builds muscle, which helps fat loss long term. But recovery days, those are not lazy days. Those are metabolic support days. If your workouts leave you wired, exhausted, or unable to sleep, that may be too much for you in this season. Sometimes dialing back the intensity actually unlocks progress. And here's the 4th tip. Add 20 to 30-minute walks daily. This is powerful. Walking lowers cortisol, it improves insulin sensitivity, it supports digestion, it increases fat oxidation, it regulates your nervous system. It's movement without threat, and it tells your body we are safe. We are not being chased, we are not under attack. That matters hormonally. And walking after meals especially helps stabilize blood sugar. And stable blood sugar equals less insulin spikes, easier fat mobilization. It's gentle, but gentle is often what stressed bodies need. Here's number 5. Eat balanced meals with protein and healthy fats. Don't look at calories, just balanced meals. Protein, it does so many things. It preserves your muscle, it stabilizes your blood sugar, it increases satiety, it supports metabolism, and healthy fats support a lot of things like hormone production, slow glucose absorption. It keeps you fuller longer. When meals are balanced, your energy stabilizes, your cravings decrease, stress lowers, which means you're not forcing yourself to work throughout the day. And when insulin isn't constantly spiking, your body can access stored fat more efficiently. Hormones matter a lot more than we were taught. So here's number 6 for you. I need you to stop scrolling before bed. I am guilty of this. I still struggle with this today. It is so hard. I know. But this one is the one that can really change a lot of things in your body. Blue light suppresses melatonin. Melatonin is not just for sleep. It also plays a role in metabolic regulation. So when you scroll late, your sleep quality drops, your cortisol rises, your brain stays stimulated, and dopamine spikes artificially. And then the next day, you're more tired. you're more reactive, you're more craving prone. Plus, comparison stress is real. Scrolling can subtly increase cortisol if you're subconsciously comparing your body, your productivity, your life. Even 30 minutes of phone-free wind down time helps your nervous system, and it shifts it into parasympathetic mode. In parasympathetic mode, that's rest and digest, that's repair, that's hormone regulation, that's fat loss support. So if you're thinking, all right, this feels a lot slower than what I've tried before, and who knows when I'll see my fat loss results trying this strategy. But trust me, even myself, I've given myself a good solid year to reach my fat loss goals. Why? Because it's better. Sometimes slower is more sustainable, and regulated bodies lose weight more consistently than stressed ones. You don't need to shock your system. You need to stabilize it. And honestly, that might be the most mature and powerful shift you can make in your fat loss journey. I'm sure you've heard a lot of this before, but I need you to know that your body is not broken. It has a language, and we're learning it, and we're working with it. So until next time, I want you to just take it easy. Start implementing these things just one at a time. You don't need to shock your system. You need to stabilize it. And that might be the most mature, powerful shift you can make your fat loss journey. So let me end here. If your body is holding on, it might be asking for safety. Not punishment, not restriction, not another detox or another fad diet. Safety. And safety looks like this. It looks like nourishment. It looks like rest. It looks like really clean ingredients. It looks like consistency. It looks like gentle structure. And it looks like compassion. You don't need to fight your body. You need to work with it. And remember, fat loss is not just calories in, calories out. Most importantly, it's hormones. It's stress, it's sleep, it's inflammation, it's emotional load. And I need you to know that you're not crazy for feeling stuck. You just need more context, and now you have it. So take a breath. Just know we got this, okay? Give yourself some time and give yourself some grace. You're not behind. You're learning your body, and that changes everything. I'll see you guys next week.